Still slicing that driver? Well, you're not alone. It could be that you're dealing with the effects and not the root cause. Today, I'm going to give you 2 drills and 2 moves that'll help you straighten out your driver and fix your slice fast. As a matter of fact, if it's willing to wager on this, if it doesn't fix it in 5 minutes, I'll buy you a milkshake. How's that sound? Hi, my name is Greg Jones and welcome to the channel. I'm the Director of Instruction here at Steelwood Country Club in South Alabama, and I've been helping hundreds of golfers over the years fix a slice by dealing with the root cause of the slice. If your path is to the left and your face is open, you probably have a pivot and transition problem. So today I'm going to show you 2 moves, ball and chair, stick and knee, and 2 drills you can put in place right away. And I'm pretty certain it's going to fix your slice in about 5 minutes. Let's go. Well, obviously, if you're hitting a slice, your path is left and your face is open. So the problem with that, that's the effect. The cause of it is not making a proper pivot. And if you're just lifting your arms and you're not turning behind the ball, you're going to be steep, and that's the perfect recipe for hitting a slice. So what we'd really like to do is get our chest turned and facing behind us this way so that we're in position to make a great transition to deliver it from the inside. So there's 2 moves that we want to do to accomplish that. One, I've got a $3 beach ball. Like I said, I'm all about some expensive training aids. I've got a $3 beach ball, and all I'm going to do is turn to put this ball in the chair. Now, if I just lifted my arms, it's not going to get in the chair. If I fall down on my left side, the ball's not going to get in the chair. So I want to turn my chest and put the ball in the chair. And when I do this, my shoulders get behind the ball. I've got a great hip turn. And now I'm in position to get into transition so I can deliver it from the inside and not so steep. So we're going to go. Here it is again. Get into your nice golf stance. Leave your eyes down where the ball would be. Turn and put the ball in the chair. All right, now remember that move. All right, so now that we know how to put the ball in the chair, we're going to put a stick across our shoulders, and I've got this stick marked with some red tape right here at the end. Okay, watch this move. So we got ball and chair. Now we're going to go stick in the knee. So here's the ball in the chair move, remember? I turn my chest, and now I'm going to put this stick with the red tape on the end of it right into my right knee, like this. Now what that does is that puts me into right side bend where I can now deliver the club from the inside and swing a little bit out to eliminate that slice. Typically what we'll see is somebody who doesn't pivot, and then the next thing you know, they have to come straight down on it, swing left with an open face, and there's your slice. So ball in the chair, stick in the knee. Ball in the chair, stick in the knee. Now I will say, it's pretty scary to think where this ball might go when you go stick in the knee. It looks like from right here, if I stopped right here, that I would hit it over the right field fence somewhere, like out of play. But that's not going to happen because in the real swing, you're going to be in rotation, and now your shoulders are going to be on this nice incline. Now typically what I see is golfers get out of position and their shoulders are too level, and they're trying to help the ball go left by standing up and pulling it to the left. There's no incline in their shoulders, and that finish will look very level shouldered, if not even pointing down this way. So that's not good. We want to make sure that we get behind it, get the arms down by the right knee so that we're in right side bend, and then can turn around and have our shoulders on a nice inclined plane. That's going to help us deliver it from the inside, and that's going to help us square up the face. I get this conversation a lot. My irons are great, but my driver sucks. Or my driver's great and my irons suck. Well, typically when I hear that, those 2 swings look too much alike. What'd you say? Yes. From afar, if you see somebody hitting driver and iron, those swings are going to look pretty much alike. But fundamentally, they are very different. So with an iron, we obviously want some downward forward compression and some shaft lean. We do not want shaft lean with the driver. And if you remember from the Superman hitting bombs video, we don't want to return this driver with any kind of shaft lean. That's a wide open face and we're not getting the maximum potential out of this driver. So we don't want shaft lean with the driver. All that's going to do is give you an open face. So remember, we want to return that driver straight up and down. I'm going to show you a great drill right now that trains that. All right, so as you can see here, I have a shaft inside of another shaft with a swim noodle on the back end of the grip of the second shaft. And I've got this swim noodle set up that when I take my driver stance right here at this tee, that this noodle is right here on my left ear. And I'm going to practice swinging and letting the arms go right on by, and I'm never going to look up. So I've got a tee down here and I'm just going to nick the tee. If you remember from the driver video number 4, that we worked on clipping tees to make sure we hit it solid. Well, now we're going to do it, and when I swing, I'm going to leave my eyes down at that tee and let the arms go right on by. That's going to help square up the club face. All too often with slicers, we see this stand-up move that gets the shoulders level. This is going to ensure that we stay down and let the arms go right on by and give this driver a chance to get squared up. So this is what it looks like. Notice I'm still looking down, and that really gave me a great feeling of letting the arms go right on by and letting that club face square up. And after you do that a few times, put it on a tee, and I'm just going to bunt this thing out here a little ways. It's probably only going to go about 150, 160 yards, but I'm going to let these arms go right on by, and I'm not going to turn to look. I'm still going to look down and see the tee after it's gone. And I bet $100 that turned right to left. It had to turn right to left. Let's do that again. Again, I've got this noodle set up right here at my left ear. Let the arms go right on by. Eyes are still down, and I've got my nice incline in my shoulders right here. So that drill will help you get the feeling of what it's like to get this club back in line in that 71-inch driver position right here. The most effective use of your driver, the most efficient use of your driver is when it's straight up and down, that club face is really square. It's pretty hard to slice it when you do this drill. All right, here's another great driver drill. And I'm always very reluctant to use words like always, never, every time, guaranteed. But what I will say is if this doesn't work, I'll buy you a milkshake. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna set up to this driver and I'm gonna make some little baby back swings, and I'm gonna stick the toe of the club in the ground about 4 feet behind me right there. I'm putting the toe into the ground. That is teaching me to square up my forearms and hands on the way down a little earlier so that the slicers can get a straight ball. So here it is again. 1, 2, 3, and then hit it. And I promise you that ball is going to turn right to left. Pretty hard right to left, but it gave me a great feeling of what it's like to be square and not holding on. Again, we do not want shaft lean with the driver. We want a straight line condition with driver. So one more. Set up. Toe in the ground. Toe in the ground. Toe in the ground, and then hit one. Another right to left drive. So it's probably more than I want to play, but if you're a slicer and you look up and see one turning right to left, you're going to be really happy. So 2 moves, 2 drills, and you're going to get some peace with that slice after all. All right, here's your slice fix recipe. Keep in mind we're talking about cause and effect. If your path is left and your face is open, those are the effect. What is causing that to happen is probably a pivot and transition problem. So to work on the pivot, we want to do the ball in the chair drill where we're making sure we turn right and not just lift our arms. And then in transition, we want to get this stick into that right knee, get into side bend, get our shoulders on a nice incline plane so we can deliver it from the inside. And then the 2 drills was the noodle on the end of 2 shafts You put it right up here at the side of your face. You hit some medium speed drivers and let those arms go right on by so you can get a 71-inch driver and get a square face. And then the toe down drill. That's where we were putting the toe down behind us. That's going to teach your forearms and hands to square it a little bit sooner if you're a little bit late in leaving the face open. So I hope this helps, and if this does help, please like and subscribe. It means a lot to me. Comment milkshake if it works. Do I owe you a milkshake or do you owe me a milkshake?